All right, everybody, welcome. Whoop. That's right, I forgot to turn on my camera. All right, everybody, welcome to Skeptalk Late, episode number 8. Earn Darius TV, Gaming's for Platinum. Well, thank you for coming to the show. To answer Undarius's question, no, it's not a new schedule. This is just a show we do quite often. This is an interview show where I'm going to be joined tonight by two fantastic other streamers. We've got Das Shane and Hawktatoes, and I'm pretty excited. This is going to be a really fun interview show where you guys are going to get to meet some other streamers and see what it is that they're all about. So well, welcome everybody to the pre-show monologue for about 10 minutes. I'm going to talk to you guys about some Skeptalk related stuff, and then we're going to bring Das Shane on right after we get into right after I get done with this little solo talk with you guys for about 10 minutes, and then after that we'll have the full interview. And then we will be bringing, have about a 10-minute break, and then we're going to bring on Hawktatoes, and everything's going to be fantastic. Cartoon Network guy says, watch where my dog's at show. Okay. I mean, very possibly. Norwegian guy, welcome to the show. All right. Well, so to start off, we're going to do a little bit of a recap on what has happened in Skeptalk Live in the last 2 weeks. Taking a look at, let's transfer over here. We've been gone for a little while, right? We were gone for about a week. I was suffering a medical situation, and to put it simply, right, I'm going to quote my doctor. It was probably gout, but gout is hard to test for, so they just gave me all of the best medications they could think of. And so I was real high for about a week, and I didn't do any shows. But yesterday was my first day coming back to doing streaming, and it was a fantastic show. I had a really good time. We had special guests on the show. We had the wonderful duo of Ellis and Jacob from Big Breakfast on the show. Cartoon Network guy says, watch Nature Chat. Or Nature Cat. I mean, it's possible. We could do all sorts of stuff. But tonight we're going to be interviewing a couple of streamers. So we're going to get into a news review right after we thank our hosts. I want to thank Orange Dragon 101, Pretty Random Network, Luke of the Woods, Llama Boosh, Gamer Fuel Studios Live, XG Blarg, The Underhaven, Andrew Wilson, and Primo Trio. Thank you guys very much for those hosts. Those hosts go a long way, and I really love it. All right. We've got a new show coming to this channel. Almost everything that we do here is about a 2-hour show. And Chad, I thank you very much for that host. I appreciate that very much. There should be a host notification or something. I don't know. Anyway, I've got a new show coming as soon as I can line up the right guests for it. But the show is called Let's Assume, and this show is a conversation exploration into the world of the paranormal and I mean, I guess you could say superstitious or something like that. The show itself is the precept to this show is that whoever I bring on, I'm not going to argue or try and trick them into thinking this isn't a skeptics, like, try to tear somebody down. This is, if you believe in ghosts, for the sake of the show and the conversation, I'm going to assume ghosts are real. And then we're going to discuss the social, political, and societal ramifications of what it means for ghosts to be real. So, if you're interested in that show, keep tuned. We'll be announcing when it Let's Assume's going on. If you know a wizard or a witch or a psychic or someone who would be interested in having this kind of an adult conversation where we're going to talk about things like who owns a soul and things like that. So let me know. Send them my info. We'll do what we can. All right. Last episode, Norwegian guy says, oh, well, I was just popping by. Have a good stream. Well, thank you very much again. I appreciate you. We had episode 93 with Big Breakfast. Ellis and Jacob were by, and it was a very fun show last night. We also had Tim. I don't want to ever forget that he was an integral part of that show. It was very nice. We covered a short story here about an Irish woman who married a ghost of a 300-year-old pirate. We'd covered this story about 6 or 7 months ago, but there was an update this week, and that is that she and the ghost are separated, and now they are getting a divorce. So not only were they the first like ghost wedding, ghost marriage that was actually, like, I believe it was legally recognized, they are also going to be the first ghost divorce that is legally recognized. Her soulmate Jack is a pirate who was executed 300 years ago for piracy on the high seas, and now he's facing alimony. There we asked the tough questions like, can you get a tax break for a ghost, and if they dig up his pirate treasure, does that count as income? We also covered the heart-wrenching story of a woman who got her Amazon package delivered through a window randomly in her house, and it landed in the toilet, right? So if this led into a segue where we began to talk about porch pirates and people taking stuff. The Lord Mike and Nene Dean, how you doing? Welcome to the show. The package was okay, but the delivery company Hermes has apologized officially for the toilet delivery, and they believe that it won't be happening again. I don't know how I left this one in here. We're gonna skip that one because that was a little racy. We're gonna talk about we talked about a story where a man in San Francisco in the Tenderloin district decided to solve the problem of a couple of youngsters being outside of his house making a little bit too much noise with a samurai sword. He attacked the 3 youngsters and has been arrested. All 3 of the young people have recovered from the non-life-threatening injuries that he gave them. Cartoon Network guy is asking if we can watch Nature Cat, and I don't know what that is, and we can't, unfortunately. We have a show that we're doing here tonight, and that's what we're gonna do. The next next story that we covered on last episode that I think everybody should definitely take a look into, an Uber Eats customer that was expecting a delivery of Japanese food instead got not only his Japanese food but also a pair of dirty underwear in the delivery. Both Uber Eats and the restaurant said that there was nothing that they could do about it until the person who received the delivery went to the news. Lots has been done about that since then. Right. Okay, let's see. Let me see. Jess LC 143, welcome to the show. We're gonna get the interview started here in just a second. We're getting very close. I think that is the stories that I was looking to cover today. If anybody has not seen our next guest, I'm going to send you guys a link here. This is a link to Das Shame, and you can click this link and that'll take you to Das Shane's channel. Make sure to follow there if you like what's going on there. Hawktatoes with that host, thank you very much. CC Core, I'm gonna mess that one up here real good. C Core Dislear, maybe. Welcome to the show. Magana, welcome to the show. Thank you very much. As always, I appreciate you. You are the best producer a streamer could have. So we're looking at about 60 seconds till the interview starts. So I'm going to make sure that I got everything good here. We got that link going out. I got this going on. Let's transition over to the correct frame here with this button. Oh, let's see here. We got Magana with the 3 months of support. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate you. The support for the Illuminati. I mean, we wouldn't be able to take over the world without it. All right. So let me go see if Das Shane is ready for this call once I transition over here. There we go. Boop, 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 boop. Das Shane, you there?
Yes, I am, sir. How are you?
Hey, not too bad. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, man. Thank you for having me on your show today.
Yeah, we've got quite a bit of a crowd gathered here today, and they're all here to meet you.
Oh my
So,
God, that's so kind of you.
so for everybody who doesn't know, I went and I gathered up a little bit of information on your channel. From according to socialblade.com, you are a Twitch streamer with over 21,000 followers. Or sorry, 2,100 followers. I apologize for that.
Yes.
And over 43,000 channel views. Uh, how long have you been at a stream to get those kind of numbers?
Um, I have actually been streaming for about, I guess technically it's like 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of took it a little bit like not so seriously at the beginning. So like for the first year, I did just console streaming.
Right.
I didn't have a schedule. I didn't, really know what I was doing, and I didn't know anyone else on Twitch. I just knew that you could stream video games, and that's really all I was interested in.
Right. Right.
So after the first about year, I kind of set my first schedule, and I didn't have a lot of time because I was working at a job that required a lot of hours. So I was building like a little bit of a following, but recently in the last probably I would say year and a half, that's when I
Mm-hmm.
got a PC. I got a capture card. I really hit the schedule super hard. I stuck to it. And I started playing kind of like the same games over and over instead of doing variety. And once I started doing that, it started to kind of snowball. And the biggest thing that helped me out was just networking with people in other
Right.
streams and getting to know them. And that's probably the most important thing. And also, I started having more fun. I started talking to more people in the chat. I started really having these own memes come about. So the TLDR of this is streaming for 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
um, taking it seriously for about a year and a half, maybe like a year and 7 months. And it's just kind of snowballed from there.
Nice. When you got started, you said you were doing console streaming. What console were you streaming on?
I was just streaming from the regular Xbox One. It was the thing
Okay.
that I went to Texas with once I had moved down there, and I started playing a lot of like Destiny 1. And quite frankly, I'm glad I stopped playing because I was like obsessed with that game. It kind of became like just a daily ritual. Um, but yeah, it was the Xbox One.
Excellent. JessLC143, thank you very much for that host. And Lord Mike and Mad Mick, welcome to the stream. We've got a couple more questions along that line, things that you just said. I definitely, I sent you quite a few interview questions, but I like to ad lib a little bit. You said that you were in Texas before. Is that not the case anymore?
No, it's not. So,
Okay. You don't have to give anything away if it's a secret or anything like that. But
no, not at all. It's not like I was in the FBI or like in the mob or anything.
right.
So I grew up in Minnesota my whole life. Minnesota, born and bred. Um, then I was just talking to my stream a little while ago. I'll try to make it a little bit quick, I guess.
Okay.
I had a job. I didn't like in Minnesota, so I applied to a bunch of jobs, really all over the United States. I didn't care where it was. I just wanted to have a different job. The one that I had was kind of like killing my soul a little bit, I guess you could say. So I ended up getting hired at a company named Evernote.
I am familiar with Evernote.
Yes. So I worked there for 3 years. They needed someone who could speak German and someone who could do, like technical things.
Right.
So I packed my bags 9 months after graduating college and moved down to Austin, Texas. I worked there for 3 years. I loved it. It was great. We unfortunately got a kind of more old type of manager for the last like year, and it started to ruin my experience. And him and I didn't quite see eye to eye. So I ended up moving from Texas to California to work at Snapchat.
Okay.
And I worked there for all of last year. And after 4 or 5 years, I was really starting to miss my home. I was starting to miss my family quite a bit. And it was more like I missed just the overall landscape, and I missed the atmosphere. I missed, hearing the snow crunch underneath my feet and all that stuff. So I just wasn't happy. So I decided to move from California back to Minnesota. And that's where I am now. I just bought my first house. We moved in last weekend, so I'm very hyped about that.
Nice. That's fantastic. Clapped your mom. Thank you very much for that follow. The you from what I'm gathering here, it sounds like software developer.
Not necessarily software. So really, like I didn't even go to school for any computer stuff. I have 2 degrees. One is in German language, and
Mhm.
the other one is in marketing.
Oh,
So
okay.
I
Business in intelligence.
just like business in general.
Right.
But really, what happened was the only reason why I got that job at Evernote because I intelligence. um, the only reason why I got that job is because I knew how to do some technical stuff, just kind of on my own time. So
Gotcha.
I got hired there, and then just worked my way up to be like the senior technical representative for Android, and then that's when I started working more with like the development team, and it became kind of like product quality
Hmm.
and things like that.
Gotcha. I'm very familiar with that world. I am a software developer myself. So
Oh, very nice, very
yeah.
nice. What do you usually develop?
Last job I was working for that anybody would recognize was I was working at Symantec. I
Okay.
was working on Norton antivirus stuff. So
Oh, very cool.
yep. But anyway, on to more questions for you.
Okay. That
I
sounds fantastic.
I get interested in things that are a little bit deeper that a lot of people who are coming to see you stream, they don't really care. So um what so I know I know the answer to this, and some of the people from your community are definitely going to know the answer to this, but it's traditional for a lot of streamers to name the follower group that they have. For example, here at Skeptalk Live we have the Illuminati. Do
Hmm.
you have a nickname for your followers?
Yeah, of course I do. So we were something previously, but as of like the last year or so, we've been the Lumberjacks and the Lumberjills. Um, I'm assuming you want me to tell like why I chose that name and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean that seems that's interesting, right?
That
I
would
definitely
seem like
see
the
it
next
fits your
plausible step.
icon, right? Exactly.
uh, yeah, I'm a really outdoor person.
Mhm.
Um, and I always wear flannel. I wear flannel probably I would say 4 days a week. My fiance hates me for that, but I believe sometimes in being your own person, so I do it anyway.
Right.
But yeah, growing up in Minnesota, we have the legend of Babe the Blue Ox.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know if anyone is familiar with that, but essentially it's a gigantic lumberjack with a massive blue ox, and that's kind of the lore around here. It's a lot about lumberjacks and like hunting, fishing, trapping. So when I was thinking about what to name my community, I wanted to really get at the core of who I was. I'm a really outdoorsy person,
Hmm.
and I love
Hmm.
to go hike. I love to go walk around. I love being in the woods. I have a cabin in northern Minnesota, and it just started to kind of all come together. And really what it was is I don't know if anyone's familiar with Duluth Trading Company. um, I went to
Yep.
school in Duluth, Minnesota, and they have like a really nice like outdoor wear, clothing company there named Duluth Trading Company. And I was seeing some of their gifts and things like that in my emails, and I thought, man, you know what? It's just absolutely fantastic. So it kind of started to build this thing, and I figured, why not name the community this? And it kind of just took off from there, and started getting these commands, where
Right.
we're chopping wood, or when people follow, they're part of the woodshed now. And
Right.
yeah, I think that it's really important though, as a streamer, if I can give advice to anyone out there, it's extremely important, just like in life, when you're given a name at birth, it provides you with an identity. It provides you with a sense of being. It provides you with a sense of who you really are, um, to a certain extent. And naming your community is very important. Otherwise, what do people attach their identity to? It's just like, oh, we're tuning into this person and we are just Das Shames viewers. And
Right.
that makes no sense. You want to give someone something. It's just like a group of friends, or like, we're going
Exactly.
to hang out with the boys, or we're going to hang out, with those guys. But having that name is important because it gives people a sense of like, um, community. It gives people a sense of like well-being. And if those people start to grow and your community starts to grow, then everyone's going to start to hover around that and really recognize themselves as that. And they're going to also be those people that'll go to bat for you, right? Like when we
Right.
host people, they're going to be like, oh shit, it's the Lumberjacks and Lumberjills. Like they're going to come in and chop some wood. This is going to be crazy. Everyone get the axes ready. Um,
And I mean, who doesn't want to be a lumberjack or a lumberjill, right? I mean, that's
Right? Yeah, it is. It's a good personality. You're a big, strong person, you know?
You're self-sufficient, strong. I mean, a noble profession. You know, that type of thing.
Living off the land.
And Trinity Wings, thank you very much for that follow. Welcome to the Illuminati, taking over the world one follow at a time. So when a lot of people ask this question, and I always find this one to be one of the most interesting answers that I get from everybody. There are people out there that you're going to have to deal with who don't know what Twitch is. When you talk to those people and they ask you what it is you do while you're on your computer, how do you answer them that? Like, how do you describe what it is that you're doing, the whole streaming thing, to someone who doesn't know what Twitch is?
I would say the short answer, obviously, is, if you're trying to talk to someone who's like a mom or a dad or someone who's like a layman, someone who doesn't quite understand that platform, on the surface, it's a place for you to play video games and people to come in, hang out, and talk to you. On a much deeper level, though, it is a portal which people can express their creativity through, where people can essentially shed off all of like the daily junk that you have to go through and simply be who you deep down know who you are. And I think that Twitch is a wonderful place to simply build friendships. So when people ask me about Twitch, I always tell them, like I was just saying this to my stream, Twitch is a place for me to express myself in a very creative manner. It's a place for me to make a lot of friends, and it's a place for me to simply be the person that I wish I could be throughout my entire day for my whole life. Because, with a job and stuff, you can't necessarily be exactly who you want to be. Sometimes you can't express yourself the way you want to express yourself. So yeah, I would simply say it's a portal to express your creativity in the way that you want others to see you.
Excellent. I agree with chat on my side here saying that was deep. That was there's a good explanation to somebody. It's not really misleading anybody, and it's actually, I mean, Twitch should look into hiring you for say this is what we do. So now some fun questions about your channel here. What kind of things can people expect to see at your channel? What games do you play? Do you have a favorite genre?
Yeah, so I would say that the one thing that people can always expect from my stream is positivity. I'm a very positive person. I really believe that positivity or negativity can be like in your genes. So I'd rather it just be positive instead of negative. You can expect to have a lot of like spooky moments because I play a lot of scary games. So I play a lot of games like Dead by Daylight. I had like a sponsored stream the other day where I played a small indie dev game named Absinthe. I'll play Visage, Resident Evil 7, really a lot of spooky games. Then I'll toss in some funny games every now and then. They can also expect, to just laugh a lot. I think that I really try my best to just be myself. And I think as myself, I can be entertaining and I can make people laugh. I would say another aspect is when you come to my channel, you're going to make friendships, and I truly actually care about the people that are in there because these people make my life a lot better. A good example is, if you've spent enough time in my channel, and my viewers know this too, you can actually redeem, like a thing, and it'll actually be a handwritten letter. And what I'll do is actually take some time out of my day to handwrite you something. I'll throw in tidbits of your life that I've gathered from you being in the stream and all that stuff. And I think you can really just expect to be like me to be genuine. Essentially, I'll be a genuine, actual person. I'm not going to put on a facade. I'm actually going to just show you who I want to be, who I strive to be. And I think that when people come in there, when you're part of the Lumberjacks and Lumberjills, you just know that I care. I'm genuine. I care. And I just do my best to put on a good show.
The fact that you would take the time to go and write a letter that speaks volumes, by the way. Like,
Thank you.
yeah. What would you say is the worst game you've ever streamed? You ever had a game just flop on your channel?
You mean as far as like viewership, or as far as my opinion?
Like you would while you're playing, you just either one you just like, this is not fun, and everybody's like, yeah, that's not fun. Or you ever had one that the game was just like super buggy? Did you ever try anything that it just left a sour taste in anybody's mouth? Anything like that?
So obviously, one of the games that was just so incredibly frustrating to play was Getting Over It. That one was just it pissed me off to no
right.
end. It's just absolutely terrible.
That game is the leading cause of destroyed keyboards in America.
It is also the leading cause of men that are 29 years old and just bought their first house.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, that game was incredibly difficult for me to stream. I ended up getting so frustrated that when the thought of me breaking my keyboard crosses my mind, that's when I'm like, okay, this needs to be done.
Right. Right.
I think another game that was really not fun to stream was Overwatch. Like, Overwatch was fun, and I gained, like some following and viewership from that game, but it just became so incredibly difficult to like level up or like rank up, playing like solo queues. And after a while, I ended up just hating it. I think I've played it now like once in the past year. But if I'm being honest, yeah, Overwatch just got to be too frustrating, man.
Right. Yeah, it's so full of weird metas and the nerf cycles, and yeah, it's hard to get into, especially with how saturated Overwatch is.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Extremely saturated.
All right. Do you have a moment on your stream that you would consider the craziest thing? Like, has anyone ever ever had a thing like get said, or did you guys a famous moment that you would call the craziest thing on your stream?
Yeah, we've definitely had plenty of those. I have a couple examples if you want.
Sure.
So I guess like the first one would be when I lived in Texas. I used to work like at Evernote. I was working from 4 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. So I would be streaming a lot while my fiance was at work and wasn't home. So I one day hopped on my stream and I was, going about my business, doing my thing, and I heard this weird noise. And I go, okay, that's kind of weird. And I told Chad, I was like, man, I think someone's in my house or someone's in my apartment. And then, we all laughed and all that shit. And then people started, saying things in chat like, oh, someone's behind you and blah, blah, blah. Then I heard another noise and I was like, guys, this is actually kind of creeping me out. I don't really know what to do about this. And people started joking even more. And then that's when I seriously started to get scared because I heard the noise for a third time. And I go, guys, I got to check this out. This is getting to be too much. Like, I don't know what to do with this. So I walk out and there are just bird feathers everywhere.
Oh no.
In my apartment, just bird feathers under the carpet, bird feathers by the sink, by the fridge. And all of a sudden my sweet fluffy cat walks up to me and drops this dead bleeding bird right in front of my feet. I mean, the magenta color was pouring over my boots. And it was just like a murder scene. And I ended up going outside and there was all this blood splattered all over the wall, and there must have been a bird that landed on the lemon tree, and my cat Anissa just took care of that thing like she was hungry for 2 weeks.
Right.
And the funniest thing is we still found feathers underneath like our pillows and everything. About a month later, we still found things like under like pillows and stuff. So that was pretty crazy. I was really scared though, really scared. I think another really crazy moment that kind of highlighted my stream was when I was first doing just like PC streaming. I literally had just started. Every year I do a big fundraiser for prostate cancer, and we always try to raise a bunch of money. And the first year my goal was $500, and I figured, okay, we have a month to do this. I'm a small streamer. This will be impossible. Whatever. I had a Skyrim stream one night where this guy came in and donated like $25. I was already over the moon about this. I mean, you would have thought that I had won the lottery. You would have thought that, my life was made. Anyway, I'm playing the game, and then he drops another $100. And at this
Wow.
point, my underwear is starting to get streaked a little bit. I'm like shitting
Right.
myself because I'm just like so happy. So then my fiance in the background, we had both been drinking a little bit, and she goes, "Well, doesn't that deserve like a celebration drink or whatever?" And I go, "Sure, why not?" Because at that time I was a little bit younger, and I figured, okay, we'll drink on stream a little bit. So she pours me this double shot of vodka, and I end up taking this big shot, and it just, like that when you take that shot and you have to breathe it out because it's like so bad where you take it and you go, oh, I did that, and my stomach started to get upset, and all of a sudden I started to gag, and I ended up having to leave the stream to go get sick in the toilet. And in the background of the stream, you can hear me getting violently ill. And then you see my fiance on this like circular IKEA futon that we had, just laughing and laughing. And the chat is all, omega lols, all that stuff. And after that, I just was like, I am never drinking that heavily on stream ever again.
Excellent. All right. So what do you think, where do you see your channel going in the next year? Do you have any new, are you going to look at any new technology? Are you looking for a thing? Like, do you have any big plans coming up that you can reveal, of course?
Yeah. So within the next, I would not even say year, it would just be like within the next month, with this new house, I finally have the space and the privacy to really bring all these ideas that I have to life.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of good ideas for my streaming room. One of the ideas that I have is, since we are the lumberjack, barring my fiance not allowing this, I would love to have at least one axe in the streaming room of mine. And I want to have what's kind of called, like the chopping stump or the chopping block, and have a little bit of wood inside. And every time, we have like a PogChamp play, or, something just absolutely insane happens, I would like to actually chop some wood on stream, but
Excellent.
it's inside the house. So that's kind of something I would like to do. I think that my goal within the next year is to simply continue to grow my stream, right? That's like everyone's goal. People want to have that purple check mark next to their name. And I've really started to take all of the networking and all that stuff mega seriously, and I've really tried to put forth the best effort I can. I think that this year's biggest plans are, one, introducing some new things to the stream, like some new, I don't want to call them gimmicks because it's not like prop comedy, like, hey, pass the fart thing over there. I just want to have, like some things that look cool. The quality of my stream, I think, is pretty solid right now. I've got really good overlays, scenes. So it's going to just kind of depend on me networking, staying consistent with my schedule, and probably playing, a lot of Dead by Daylight and tossing in some variety here and there. The biggest thing that I can say, though, is my fiance and I love to cook. And throughout this next year, my viewers can expect to see us cooking at least once a week together.
Fantastic. Those are fun streams. So
yes.
Speaking, so you were talking about networking and things like that. Are you considering TwitchCon at all?
What's funny is I actually wanted to go to TwitchCon last year because I lived in Los Angeles, and it was in Los Angeles, but I had just got hired at, Snapchat, and they threw this massive Halloween party, and it was kind of like, you don't have to show up, but if you don't, it'll be kind of weird. And it was the same weekend that TwitchCon was going on, so I ended up not being able to go. I think that networking at TwitchCon is really interesting. I think it's really great. But a lot of the benefits go towards the partnered streamers, right? Everyone goes to TwitchCon to see the partnered streamers. They go to see the booths and all that stuff. So if I'm, just the little guy over there, like, hey, can you take a look at my stream, please? I'm really cool. I'm funny, I swear. I just don't see that possibly working for me. I think what I want to focus on, and I've had to learn this through age and stuff, is just take one thing at a time. I'm going to have a couple of these small goals set up for my stream. I've kind of made it a point for myself to really not attend TwitchCon until I'm actually a partnered streamer.
Gotcha.
That's a goal for myself. And as far as networking goes, though, it's really important to just go into other people's streams, say hello, chat a little bit, and just talk. You don't have to be there for even any more than 5 minutes, but as long as that person knows for 5 minutes, I'm going in there to say hello, I'm taking time out of my day, I'm hosting them, even with like the one viewer host, it goes a long way.
Right.
So my plan for this year, networking, like I said, and just trying to get people to know me. I want people to see me through a fresh light. I want people to see me in my stream, get a chance to know who I am before I start going to these big like events and things like that.
Yeah. If I can say one positive thing about when I went, I definitely got that whole thing about like going into other people's streams and and hanging out with them and, you know, getting to know them. I got to fast track that with some, like, by meeting friends of friends. And that was I don't know if it was worth the money and the trip, but I definitely made some fantastic friends that I wouldn't give up. So yeah,
that's good to know.
Yep. All right, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna go into clips without context. So I have a series of clips that our producer has grabbed for us that I've never seen, but you've probably seen, and so we're gonna watch them together, and then you can describe what happened, or you know, like, I mean, some of it'll be obvious what happened, but
is it like a mix of old clips and new clips?
I believe so. Yeah, this first one here.
See, this is when the quality of my stream was just so low. It's crazy to see that.
Well, and we'll get to see the advancement of time then, so that'll be cool to see.
Alrighty.
Who needs heals? Hanzo's discorded. Roadhog's discorded.
Reaper, I'm with you if you want to pop that hole.
Oh my god, Caroline! Caroline, what is your problem? Yo, Reinhardt's discorded. Hit him. He's dead. Soldier's discorded.
Seems like you had a visitor to your stream.
That is my fiance, Caroline. She does that so randomly that I cannot pinpoint when it's going to happen. And there was a couple of times where she's done that where I almost turned around and threw a punch because it was just so incredibly scary.
Right. You were, well, good thing it was Overwatch, right? So
I know, right?
You were playing any sort of horror game here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is back when you were streaming directly from the Xbox.
Yep, this is when I was on my Xbox. So I had I think I actually had a capture card running through my Mac. I think I was using a Mac and a capture card. That was a whole nother story. That was a mess.
There are people calling for dancing clips in the chat, so we'll see if those. I don't know what we've got, but we'll see if we've got something.
Okay.
All right. The next one looks like it is another Overwatch. Or no. This would be. This is H1Z1.
H1Z1.
Yeah.
Yep.
What? You can get killed by like that? You can get killed by a car like that? What? I didn't think you could get killed by a car like that. You gotta be fucking kidding me. How the fuck is that even possible?
I do have a quick question about this clip.
Yes.
What does I support wool mean?
Okay, so if anyone here doesn't know, wool is hands down the greatest gift of fabric that we've ever received on this planet. And I wear wool so often. It is, I don't know. I loved it so much for a while. I actually wanted to say I support wool because it's just such a great fabric. Excellent.
All right. I was just play a lot of Minecraft and I was wondering if there was something involved with it, but
it's more just like the flannels that I wear, the wool flannel. Right. Shirts, hats, all that stuff.
But yeah, usually when you get hit by a car, things don't go well.
See, that's the thing though, is for anyone that's ever played like PC H1Z1, there used to be it used to be where you didn't get killed by cars like that. Like you had to hit someone at like a different angle because of like the disconnect. And I had never once seen anyone get killed by a car in like the times I was playing this. So I was genuinely surprised that we got killed by this when the car hit me because it just never happened.
Gotcha. I'm noticing there you got a fancy looking microphone there. Is that one of the Ars Technica 2100s?
That was a Samson something that I got as a hand-me-down from a different streamer friend of mine.
Oh, nice. Okay. It looks really pro.
Yeah, it was nice. I ended up selling it to get a different one because it was USB like 2.0, and I think.
Okay.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of the reason why. Sorry, I got a. Oh, is this the pegging one?
I don't know. I don't know.
That sounded so bad. I'm so sorry.
Well, I am gonna say someone has mentioned that in my chat already. I didn't know what was going on. There's something about a pegging myth, and I don't know. So we'll.
What? What'd she say? When you go fishing and you're the masturbator. Mom! No! My mom with the jokes! My mom with the jokes! Oh my
god! Was it actually your mom?
Yes, it was.
Oh,
my mom
excellent.
tunes in from my streams from time to time, and she likes to joke around quite a bit. And she'll tell jokes like that, and it's funny because my mom doesn't say things like that normally, but she was in the stream, and all of a sudden she goes, "When you are the masturbator," or something like that. And I just kept thinking, because everyone in the chat knew it was my mom, and she said that, and I about died. I just died when my mom said something about masturbating, and I couldn't help but laugh. I really couldn't.
What's the soul body food in the corner there? Does that have a thing?
Soul body food is actually my fiance's Instagram. She is a really wonderful cook with a very sensitive palate, so she really tastes a lot of food very keenly, and is very articulate when it comes to different tastes and what needs to be added, what needs to be taken out. So whenever we do cooking streams, I always try to promote her Instagram because she makes, some of the best food I've ever had. We can talk more about my fiance later if you want, and kind of her background at some point, just because that kind of would tie in more to what I'm talking about with the food.
Right. Yeah, everybody should check out Soul Body Food on Instagram. All right. So, looks like we're getting into a horror game here.
Yes.
I don't know what game it is though. I'm not able to identify this.
This had to have been recently if chat. Yeah, this was this month. I think this is called, well, I know what this is called. It's called Absinthe. This is a small indie game. And 2 or 3 developers from Germany contacted me and were wondering if they could sponsor the stream and let me play this game. So I decided to play it. I gave it a chance. I really liked it a lot. And this is like a little jump scare, I think, that happens in this one at some point.
Excellent.
How much of the game do you get? Act 1 and 2. So was that just Act 2? Oh my
god! They got you good.
They did.
I'm not sure it would have been as scary had you not been distracted by talking to chat as much, but that was a great reaction.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, I am one of those streamers that I don't miss chats. So whenever you type something in my channel, I would say I read about 88% of chat. And I was reading chat, and that stuff caught me off guard, man. I about crapped myself. I think I had a second pair of underwear deck, but I didn't need it, luckily.
Right. Paul TV, thank you very much for that beard compliment. I appreciate that. All right. Our next clip here. This is Outlast.
I think this was Outlast 2.
Outlast 2? Okay.
Run! What are you doing? No, my controller's died. Oh my controller done?
Oh, what game doesn't pause when the controller dies?
I know, right? I'm sitting there thinking like, hey, this needs to be done immediately. Someone submit a Zendesk ticket and get a Jira written for this ASAP.
Right,
It
right.
needs to happen.
That is definitely a bug.
Yes, definitely.
All right. The next one we've got here.
Oh, my cat's like meowing for me to let her in. 1 second.
No problem.
Anissa, I swear. There we go. My cat has the loudest meow in the entire planet.
Yeah, that was pretty loud there in the background.
Yep, and that was from her like 8 feet away.
All right. I am not able to identify by sight this game either.
This is called Visage.
Visage, okay.
Oh! Oh!
Sorry. The techno ghost, I wasn't expecting that at all.
Yeah, that was a I don't want to give anything away about the game in case no one's played it.
Right.
That game, I guess when you asked me earlier if there's ever been things that have been really crazy on my stream, I'm telling you, that game, I normally don't get scared by games at all because I've played so many scary ones. I actually one day playing that game Visage, I got so scared I had to end my stream. I had to go home, and I ended up smoking a little bit of weed just to calm down. I was so incredibly scared of the game that I turned the lights on. Even with the lights on, I couldn't do it. After a couple of days, I decided that I had to beat it. But if anyone's looking for a good scare, that is hands down scarier than any movie I've ever watched. It's scarier than any game I've ever played. And I will guarantee you that you will have a point in that game where you don't know what's going on in the real world. It was so immersive and so incredibly the atmosphere they built in that game was absolutely incredible. If I could give 20 out of 10s, I would. It was absolutely gnarly. Really happy I finished it. I cannot wait for the next portion of it to come out. But yeah, if you guys like kind of, pissing yourself a little bit or crapping your pants, please play that game.
If I had to judge based on what happened in that clip, I wouldn't say anything that you just said there. But I mean,
So that was like a small Easter egg that comes at the end. The rest of the game is incredibly immersive. That's like a small little thing that they give you as like a thank you for playing the game in early access or something.
Okay, all right, that makes a lot more sense.
Yes.
I was just all like, Techno Ghost does not seem as scary as you make it sound. Uncivil TV, welcome to the stream. All right, so our next clip here, we've got. Oh, this is the same one. Hold on. There we go. There we go. We're getting into Dead by Daylight now. Let's see. There's the button.
Oh, shit. I just fell over. Nobody's saying anything. I just fell over.
No, don't worry. We're not gonna say anything.
That was actually just a couple of days ago.
Okay.
It was the first stream I had in my new house, and like I said, I don't really do any heavy drinking streams anymore. I certainly, growing up in Minnesota, beer is like a really common thing, and like when you get to be like an older man of Minnesota, you drink, like beer and stuff like that. So I certainly can put them away if I want to, but I don't like to drink as much anymore. But the first stream in my brand new house, brand new setup, I think I had about 8 of those like 16-ounce beer cans.
Okay.
And I was having a great time, having a blast. But as you could see, I was a little bit inebriated. So
right. Excellent. Chad has said that he was one of 5 people that clipped that clip. All right. Here we go. More Dead by Daylight. Oh, you're wearing a Mike Myers mask in this one.
Yes! We got it! We got it! Yes! 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 Yes!
Oh.
There it is! The evil incarnate! Hoggers! Hoggers in the chat!
That was rather violent.
That was extremely violent. Are you kidding
Right?
me? I gutted that person.
Right.
Yeah, that is, I think, one of my top favorite clips of my stream ever, because so first of all, for anyone that's not familiar with Dead by Daylight, it's, you've got a killer trying to hunt down 4 people, trying to turn the electricity on, and obviously with any game, you've got achievements. Now, the one that you have to get with Michael Myers is called Evil Incarnate, and it requires you to use 2 of these like ultra rare things that you have to buy with like the points you earn in the game, and it is hands down the hardest achievement to get in the game. I don't even know if like it's more than, I don't even think it's a couple % of the people in the world that play that game have it, because not only do the add-ons that you put on there slow down your killer during the match, you have to build up all of this, like you have to stalk these people for a long time and build up this meter to have it fill up. Then you unlock the ability to grab them and just kill them instantly instead of having to hook them. And usually what ends up happening is, some asshole starts to realize that you're trying to go for this achievement and they just quit out. So if you get 3 kills and then the 4th person quits out, you don't get the achievement.
Gotcha.
And that one was really cool because not only did I get the achievement, I also had a massive host come in about 5 minutes before that, and that's what the clip doesn't show. There's a big Dead by Daylight streamer named Taller Toast, and he had hosted me that day. So I did that in front of like 100-something people, and that was one of the happiest moments I've had in Dead by Daylight, to be honest.
Awesome. Paul TV says that the hardest thing is finishing it is the last survivor that is alive can escape through the gate.
Wait, the hardest thing is finishing a gen is the last survivor. Yeah, that's true, Paul. Right. That's true. But that's what I was saying. This is like one of the hardest to do. Right. Definitely one of the hardest.
All right. Let's see. We've got a couple more here. This looks like Skyrim.
This is Skyrim.
See it over there.
Yep. Frost trolls.
No, my controller died.
Oh no. Pause the game, developers.
Why? Oh, why does it have to happen?
Oh yeah, no, it's controllers, batteries. I mean,
what I loved about that one was like the guy running towards me, like from way out in the distance.
It definitely, you got to see that coming for you.
Yes, exactly.
Right. All right. I don't know what this is. This might be that same game from a little bit before.
Yeah, this is Absinthe.
Absinthe.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Except for heathen.
Wow, yeah. Apparently this game had you charged up enough that a little shake there could rattle you pretty hard.
Yeah, it's one of those games that really gets you fully immersed, a lot like Visage. Because the character can't defend themselves. So all you can do is just hope that nothing's going to pop,
Right. All right, let's see. What is the next one I've got here? There's some more Michael Myers mask.
That's better with the music.
There we go.
Are you dancing with no music?
No, there was music. I just think that the clip is. I think the clip's not working as well, but that's fine.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I was hearing music, and I think probably this side of the stream should have been hearing it.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. Let me make sure that it was coming through here. Oh, you know, it might have been too quiet for Discord to pick up.
Okay.
Yeah.
No
The sound filter thing, but yeah, there's definitely music going on here. But yeah,
okay, good.
Lord Mike is happy. He's there is the dancing. And then there was a question that was asked. Oh, Krabby asked if you've ever played Outlast, and yeah, I mean, we showed a clip of it.
Yes, I have.
Yep. All right. Let's see. Another Dead by Daylight stream or clip here.
Thank you, sir.
Oh no.
Okay, let's just get out.
Oh no.
No!
Wow.
I'm in fucking tears!
Wow.
He didn't get
How did that happen? Wow. That's like it.
All right, so in that clip, usually when you get downed in Dead by Daylight, your character just falls down more like facing forward. But
Right.
like it's one of those weird things where once out of every like 100 times you flop almost like a fish out of water. So my character ends up flopping forward instead of backwards. I was actually being a little bit toxic to the killer. I probably shouldn't have tried to blind him with a flashlight, but he ended up just destroying me right there. And it was one of those surprising moments that I just had to laugh about, you know. But I like to play the game somewhat competitively here and there, so I was kind of upset that we got killed, but it is what it is.
Right. All right. Let's see. It sounds like you were on Discord with your team there.
Yeah, I was on
in
Discord with a buddy of
yeah.
mine. Yeah, his name's Fury. He's a good guy.
He was having a really good time with the fact.
Oh my
that
god, he was laughing his ass off. He was laughing his ass off.
Chad says that you got what you deserved there.
Yeah, that's actually true. I definitely got what I deserved.
All right, I think this is the last clip that we've got right now.
Okay.
This quality right here is vastly changed than the last couple of things that we've been looking at. So
Yes, it has.
What?
Rip.
Oh no. Oh no. What?
And the stun. Oh my god, I cannot believe that just worked. I cannot believe that just worked. Fucking Omega lol. Holy shit, that was beautiful. That was so fucking beautiful.
To get skunked by a guy in a pink sweatshirt is probably the worst part of it, right?
That is my Ace Visconti character in Dead by Daylight. He is the only, and we call him the Purple Pants Pink Sweater, or being from Minnesota, he's the Purple People Eaters.
Okay. Okay.
But I actually liked this so much because it's just so obnoxious. I love things that are obnoxious. I love things that are so incredibly out of place. It's almost considered genius. You know, and that's kind of the way I treat like a lot of other things too, but that's a different discussion, I guess. Anyway, yeah, this is a character that I cosplay from time to time. So I actually have that pink sweater, those purple pants. I have the watch. I have the shoes and stuff.
Oh, fantastic.
And yeah, dude, it's so much fun to do that stuff. Really what happened in this clip is that killer eventually, after they run long enough, they get exhausted. So not only did I was able to outrun him a little bit, I did the locker juke, and then he ran out of juice. So then as he ran out of juice, I hopped out, and then he walked into the pallet, and then I stunned him, and I ended up escaping that round, actually, so it was pretty good.
Excellent. All right. So I've got a couple more questions to wrap up this interview here.
Yes.
I where'd I put him? Sorry.
No worries.
I minimized the question. There we go. All right. So A couple more. These are some just some fun stuff. So if you could send a message to yourself like 10 years ago, is there anything that you would tell younger you?
Anything I would tell younger me?
Yeah.
I think that the biggest lesson that I learned in life is simply, and it sounds, I'm not like a big cliche type of person, but and I hope you don't mind if I use a little bit of like coarse language or anything like that.
No. This is an adult stream. Feel free.
Adult stream, okay.
Yep.
So a couple of lessons. One, you really shouldn't give two shits about what someone says, how you should do things in your life. How you should present yourself, how you need to act, what interests you should have. None of that matters to anyone else. Really, all that matters at the end of your life, when you die, when you pass over and you get, put in the dirt or whatever you want to call it, you really should just look back and say, I became the best self that I possibly could. I was the best self. I expressed myself the way I wanted to be. I was completely okay with my, appearance to people. I was completely okay with, people's perception of me. So I think one of those is a good lesson. Just be whoever the fuck you want to be. Do that, and don't care. Really, in the end, it doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter at all what people think of you. I think another thing is you really should enjoy all the little things in life. And when I talk about stuff like that, there are a lot of moments that people go through that they completely miss what's going on around them. So to be simply aware of what's happening, like for me, I really enjoy the sound of leaves crunching underneath my feet. I enjoy the silence that comes with winter. I enjoy that calm. I really try to look for things that are super simple. I enjoy the way that my cat, sometimes falls asleep and starts to like snort a little bit because it's just something so stupid,
Right.
So I think another piece, just a personal code of me to live by is just enjoy all the small things. And I would say that the last one is just really, really try to love as much as you can, despite what's happened to you, despite the nasty things that can happen. And you really do only get like one chance to make amends with people or be with someone or just love what you're doing. I guess stuff like that.
Excellent. I couldn't have asked for a better answer.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. I got two more questions for you.
Yeah, no worries, man. I got nothing but time.
One is serious and one is not serious. Okay. Which one do you want next?
Give me the not serious one first.
If you were the end boss of a video game, what would your weakness be?
I was the end boss of my video game. It's a really good question. Honestly, I think my weakness would be hunger. I think if I was the end boss of a game and you showed up and I was guarding, like this mythical thing, and you said, dude, instead of fighting, why don't we split a lot of queso and some tacos and barbecue from Austin, Texas? What would you say? And I wouldn't even answer. I would actually just grab the food and just walk out of the room and let the person do whatever they wanted to do.
Excellent. The key would be to remember to have food in your inventory.
Exactly. Yes, sir. Yep. Yes, sir.
All right. So the serious question, and this one is another one to get your opinion for other people, try to help other people out here. So starting out on Twitch can be kind of lonely, discouraging a little bit. What is a piece of advice that you could give someone who's just starting out on Twitch or who hasn't found their audience yet?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Couple of answers. One, a lot of the like good like a lot of the tutorials and things that were meant to give beginning streamers a better idea of what to do on Twitch were probably made by like Tim the Tatman or like Duck Sauce or whatever a few years ago. And they do not accurately reflect what Twitch is now. because it's growing so fast. So what I would say is do not even listen to any of those old videos from those streamers. Not that they're bad streamers. I just think that the information is so incredibly outdated that it doesn't help you at all. So for instance, a lot of the things where make sure the quality's good, make sure to stay positive, and make sure to just be overall like a good person. Don't say dumb stuff, like don't do that. Yeah, that's all like fun and great, but Twitch in the past 3 years has become so incredibly saturated to the point where you either have to be a professional video game player, or just incredibly funny, or already like partnered on other channels to really get a following super quick. So the best piece of advice I would give someone is, if you're a starting streamer, do not even stream at all until you spend 1 month really networking in other people's channels. That's one piece of advice. Do not start streaming without knowing anyone. I did that, and it just eats up a bunch of your time. It eats up a bunch of your life, and you start to get a little bit sad because your progress is so slowed. So number one, spend a good month in other people's streams, specifically for a video game you love and you know that you're going to stream. Second piece of advice, I would love for everyone in the world to be a variety streamer. That would be fantastic. You're not going to grow. If you want Twitch to be like something that you can, like grow and potentially monetize and do things like that, do not be a variety streamer. It's not going to work. Maybe after you get partnered or something like that, or you have a good base, that's okay. Right. But I would say if you're serious about streaming and you want to become somebody in the streaming community, I would certainly pick the game that you're going to love, stream the hell out of that, build a core community. After you've built the core community, sure, play some new releases here or there, but really do not forget about your core community, because that's really going to be the backbone of your whole entire stream. I would say another piece of advice, do not tinker around so much with OBS. You can watch all these videos and all this stuff about, you can tweak this or tweak that or whatever you want to do, and it'll make this a little bit better, or like this little setting for chroma key will make your green screen better. OBS is to the point now where for the average beginning streamer, it is already pre-set up for you. Really all you have to worry about is making sure that your bit rate is at a decent level to stream at 720p, right, and do all that. Another piece of advice, until you start getting a few people in there to hang out, I wouldn't be so worried with all the overall quality of the stream. You don't need to worry about the webcam. You don't need to worry about a lot of the overlays and stuff. However, if you're a beginning streamer and you want to like perk up your stream a little bit, Streamlabs or like Streamlabs, it's completely free. You can set up as many of like the notifications as you want. It'll take a lot of time. But it's worth it, at least for a beginning streamer, just to like, when people follow, it notifies them or anything like that. Another good piece of advice, definitely don't drop a whole bunch of money on a massive rig until you are dedicated enough to stream a lot, because, and I'm serious, because some people like me, well, not like me essentially, but I'm the type of person where if I get an idea in my head and I want to do it, however, certain things sometimes don't work out. So you don't want to be that guy that drops $3,000 between two monitors, microphone, keyboard, the new RTX 2080 or whatever, and then 3 months you're like, this sucks, I'm not doing this. Stream for a year. Stream for a fucking year. And if you can do it consistently for a year, then you can decide, I'll buy this, big PC with these monitors and stuff. Then that's fine. I just don't want people to lose a bunch of money, And the absolute most important thing on Twitch, the absolute most important one when you're streaming, is always do your best to put a smile on your face, really cater to the people that are in your chat. Some of the mistakes that I made, and I'll be brutally honest, some of the places that I failed as a streamer when I first started doing it, even a year into my streaming, there'd be days that I had good days, there'd be days that I had bad days, and on the good days I was great, and on the bad days I let the bad get to me, and I started talking about like, well, there's not too many people chatting, or all this stuff. Nobody wants to hear that shit. Really, nobody gives a shit about you. They're just there to hang out and have a fun time. So don't get down about yourself. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have a lot of bad days, probably for a long time. So get over it and just deal with it.
That's fantastic. I hope that if anybody out there that's listening is interested in getting started streaming, you listen to that. That was Excellent advice. Thank you very much for that applause. The chat likes it. You got an applause there. All right. So that's all I've got for you today. It's been a fantastic interview. Did you have fun doing it?
Oh, I had a fantastic time. I really did. You have such a professional setup. Your cadence is really professional. The way you do things is very professional. I really enjoyed all of the clips that you put together. I really enjoyed doing this. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I hope that your viewers had an incredible time. I'm a pretty honest person, and honestly, this was a lot of fun. If you ever want to have me back on, I'll be more than welcome, or I'd be more than happy to do it. Thank you all again. Yeah. You're all wonderful people, and really just, keep being who you are. That's the most important thing. Be who you are and just stick to that. And thank you all so much for this wonderful opportunity.
All right, everybody. We'll be back in about 10 minutes with our next guest, Hawktatoes. So stay tuned, because we are going to continue having more fun interview time. And I don't want anybody to miss out on that. You'll be sad if you miss out on Hawktatoes. All right. We'll be back in just a minute.
That sounds good. Thank you so much, man.
All right, everybody, welcome back. And joining me after the break, we have Hawktatoes. Hawktatoes, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great. How are you, Skep?
Fantastic.
Awesome.
I'm charged up for this interview. I always
awesome.
This is, I mean, getting to do this show is an honor for me too. So, it's like, all right. So for those of you
for me.
who haven't met Hawktatoes, here is a link to Hawktatoes' channel. You can click that button and go throw a follow there, and then check out Hawktato if you like what you find out here tonight. So, Hawk, I'm going to ask a series of questions, and then we're going to do a series of clip reviews, and we've got quite a few things ready for tonight. And the first question that I have for you is, what's a Hawktato?
Oh, God. So, to give you the basics on how I came up with this.
Right.
My first Twitch name, before I even started streaming, was Hawkeye and something else, some numbers behind it.
Okay.
And I got to watching, and I got to watching PUBG because that's what I was into playing, and PUBG was my first ever shooter. At my old advanced age, it was my first ever shooter. And so I heard people saying, well, he hit me with, or he was trying to hit me with potatoes there, or he had potato aim, or he had potato, whatever.
Right.
And I was like, that's perfect. Because I can see the guy I'm shooting at, but I'm going to shoot potatoes every time. So Hawktatoes developed from that.
You got a couple of people crying out "Hawk" in the chat here, and Mobius says it's like an eagle carrot but tastier.
Mobius can fuck off.
All right.
I love Mobius. Mobius is one of my best friends, but yeah, it's like
Excellent.
an eagle carrot, I guess. Yes.
So, for those of you who haven't met Hawktatoes here, I checked you out on Social Blade as well. You are a Twitch streamer with over 650 followers and over 13,700 channel views. How long have you been at Twitch to get that kind of numbers?
I started off the first week of June, so we're just at the 6-month anniversary point.
Excellent.
And I've been grinding along ever since.
Those are good numbers for those that time frame.
I've worked my ass off to get those.
Excellent. What made you decide to start streaming?
So, being a 45-year-old guy, well, when I first started playing PUBG, I was 44. I'm a person who I rely on YouTube for so much. And so I started going in for beginner tips and tricks on how to play PUBG with my guys who already knew how to play. To give you an example, the first time we played PUBG, I didn't know how to jump out of the plane correctly. So I ended up on the military base with all the AFK people.
Okay, gotcha.
And I had 4 kills because they're just like, just hit X and swing, or just hit your right trigger and swing. And I got 4 kills. So I was pretty happy with myself. It's one of my better games.
That sounds like a good start.
It was a great start, but you should be doing it with a gun.
Right.
Needless to say, I figured out I have to get a little bit better at this. And I'm a network administrator. So being able to have another screen up and having white noise in the background, I would play PUBG clips. Well, then I discovered Shroud was on Twitch and TSM Vis were on Twitch, and all these people are on Twitch. So I started looking at what the pros do. Well, the pros and my game are so vastly different. Plus, they play on PC and I play on Xbox One. So I started looking for specific Xbox One PUBG streamers.
Right.
And then I started to get to know people. And then I started playing with streamers because, you're out there getting to know people. You're networking yourself without even knowing I was networking into this position. I started getting to know people and starting to play with them. And quite a few of them like, you're really funny. You should do this on your own. And I just figured, why not? What's the worst case scenario? I hate it. And I'm streaming off of a console. I'm not investing anything but some time. And that's what led me to Twitch.
Awesome. All right, so you've got a little bit of a community built. I'm seeing a lot of your chat. Why am I drawing a blank here? Emojis. They're not emojis though. Emotes. There we go. Brain farted there super hard. Anyway, I'm seeing a ton of your emote here in chat. So you got a bit of a community built there. Do you have a nickname for that community?
So I really considered calling them the Tater Tots or the Taters or something to do with potatoes. And I ended up going with Hawktatoes Nation because I felt like everybody should just have a seat at the table and let's just be a part of a big group. So they are part of Hawktatoes Nation. I'm happy for every single one of them. Well, except for Mobius.
All right. Knocked One, welcome to the stream. All right, so what so we've covered PUBG so far, but what other kinds of things can people expect when they go to the Hawktatoes channel?
So being a 45-year-old who's never played shooters before, I've gotten into like zombies on Black Ops 4, Deathmatch, some Blackout, but I've also done games like The Hunter. I've played Fortnite, unfortunately. I've played things like Trivial Pursuit on stream just to keep it different. Madden is my sweet spot. I could sit and play Madden all day long. Right. But just right now I'm grinding zombies. I just bought Fallout 76. So I'm trying new things. And it's not even about, at this point, it's not even about, well, hey, let's try something new and different and build this and do this. It's about, I'm really having fun playing this right now. And I'm going to be the same guy regardless of what game I'm playing anyway.
Right.
So why not have fun with this?
Time to interject a little bit of my opinion here. So have you played Fallout 76 yet?
I have not.
Okay, so you're gonna get some people who are gonna be super negative about it, and yes, there's some problems with it. The big deal is that when Bethesda gives up on that game and releases it to the public, it's going to be amazing. So
yes,
yeah.
I've been watching other streamers do it. I had a friend who he's a local guy who also I kind of got into streaming. He was one of my first PUBG people I hung out with. There was a group of four of us, and 3 out of the 4 of us now stream. And I was the first one to dive into those waters. And he said, "Hey, I've got an Xbox gift card burning a hole in my pocket. I really want to try Fallout." And I was like, I don't know. I've been reading, and I watch certain streamers, and there's a very negative, you should do Fallout 4 or Fallout this or Fallout. And I look at it just like I did PUBG. There's a lot of negative around PUBG. It's a broken game. It's this. I absolutely love that game. That's my go-to game. So I think it's a lot like, and Dashim was your first guest, and you listen to him talk about the positivity of it. Here's my thing. There's nobody that's going to bring me down on my stream. I'm going to play what I want to play. And if you don't like that, then you should go elsewhere. But I'm kind of looking forward to it in the same sense. I'm still kind of hooked on the shooting aspect of, I shoot, and if I die, I go back to the lobby and I get to go again. Fallout, it's I die and I hope I didn't lose all my crap I had with me. Because it's time to go again. I've respawned. So yeah. But it'll be fun.
I'm a lifelong Fallout fan, so not necessarily defending Bethesda, but just saying that have fun if you want to have fun. So
well, and any game can be fun. I've played some real games that shouldn't be that fun to stream, and I always, if I'm not having fun, the stream's gonna end pretty quickly. So
well, on that line, can you say what would be the worst game you've ever streamed?
I would like to say Fortnite, but I can't, honestly, because the people I play with, and I'm sure they're in the chat, Mobius, Jess, Secorda Slayer, people like that, just the community around that's fun, and they're having fun, so I'm automatically going to have fun. Monopoly. Right. I tried Monopoly on stream.
Oh, okay.
Because I had taken a dare from a guy named Johnny Renegade, who's also a plat squatter. And he said, if you can go 7 days without streaming PUBG, I will give you $100. So,
yep. So that's follower alert. Drew Bears.
Drew Bears.
Yeah.
That's my Fallout 76 guy.
Excellent.
Hello,
Drew. Thank you very much for that follow. Welcome to the Illuminati, taking over the world one follow at a time.
So I played Monopoly, and I actually lost 2 followers in the span of about 45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I had some people get, what the fuck is this?
Right.
And so I was like, you're right. This probably isn't the best use of your time or mine, so...
Right. Knocked1, thank you very much for that follow. And Spray and Pray TTV, thank you very much for those follows. Welcome to the Illuminati, taking over the world one follow at a time.
That was pretty much the end of my Monopoly on stream career.
Well, I mean, in my experience off stream, Monopoly usually turns into a fist fight. So,
yeah, me too.
Right.
So, yeah, it's for blood in real life. It's for blood.
Exactly. When you're dealing with money, money's no game.
No, we don't play around.
Where do you see your channel in a year? Do you have any like aspirations of like things you want to try doing? Do you want to try to get one of the like Xbox VR sets? Do you want to try a couple of the, do you got anything in the works that you can give away?
Well, right now, I'm really just focused on the day-to-day. I went from being just a console streamer to going out and buying a streaming PC, setting up overlays, working on my branding a little bit more. And I coach youth wrestling, and that's where we're at in the season right now. So right now I'm pretty tired. So I haven't given a lot of thought about where I'm going. I'm just hoping that I can maintain through wrestling season and then look at it with fresher, more awake eyes. After that, I mean, I think the big goal I want to get to, and I've tried it a couple times, I need to get a new GPU for my streaming PC, is I want to use Face Rig because I don't use a camera. We kind of discussed that off air. And my followers know why I don't. For those of you who don't follow, I have a job that my boss basically recommended that I don't use a camera. Plus, I do coach youth wrestling. And I don't want one of those kids to show up. And I mean, I can alibi that people's voices sound the same, but nobody looks like me. So I don't want to preach one thing and then have these kids going, what the fuck? You know, I don't ever want that in my stream or in my wrestling practice. So, it's kind of one of those things, but I'd like to use Face Rig and use characters. And
that's fantastic. I enjoy some of those Face Rig streams. So I'm excited to see what you do with that.
I'm excited too. It's just a matter of, like I said, getting through these wrestling months, which ends first week of March, we'll be done. And then being able to move forward with, okay, we still maintained a schedule. Now what?
Right.
So I'm excited.
All right. So I have a series of clips that our producer has grabbed for us.
Oh shit, here we go.
Yeah. We're gonna take a look at some of these clips, and I don't know what these are. I have not seen any of them, so we're both gonna go in raw and we'll get some answers here. Okay, so it looks like this is Rainbow Siege.
No, it's Black Ops.
Black Ops. Okay.
Yeah.
And another one going, and another one going, another one bites done. Hey, look at you too. Come
on up.
Just dominating. Right?
That's the beauty of being able to camp a corner in that game.
Right.
Oh gosh. Right. I'm one of these people that I relate my life to songs.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't done it a whole ton on stream. I think I started off more that way. But there are times where I'm just like, a song will pop in my head and I just start singing it because it's relating to exactly what's going on. And so, yeah, in that moment, I was kind of like, okay, another one down, another one gone, another one gone. Because for me, if anybody knows me, I'm not that great at shooters. So to be able to have a streak like that is a big thing for me. So
they've got the chat down here is pretty well with you. Everything okay?
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. I just heard a crash. I was just like, oh no.
No, my monitor went to sleep and I was like, oh no, I have to be able to see the clips.
Right.
So.
The chat here, they're with you. But yeah, we've got some how's it feel to be dead, motherfucker? Bitch, sit down. There was a good clip. Everybody liked it.
Yeah.
All right. Our next one here, this one is PUBG.
It's one of my favorite clips.
Excellent.
Favorite clips.
Oh. Hawk, get ready.
Oh, that's a small circle.
Ready.
Yeah.
Hold him with that shotgun right now.
You get him, Hawk. I'll be there.
Oh, there we go.
That's another win.
Oh, is that the auto shotgun?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
I've had many fun days with that gun.
Boom. Can you hear me now, Mr. Krabs?
But no, that guy definitely did the
boom, boom. Yeah.
That guy had just sniped.
Clip that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Clip that shit.
The guy at the end had just killed the best two players I really play with on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm,
He'd sniped them, and we just gotten spread out, and they're going, I don't know where this guy is. I don't know where this guy is. And then the clip comes in, and I'm like, so I'm looking for him over the hill with the scope, and he's right there, and he's coming towards me, and I'm like,
Magana, thank you very much for that raid. I appreciate that very much.
thought there was a tornado or something.
Right. That was I actually don't know where that raid old raid alert came from, but the new raid alert is fine. The bad recorder is my normal raid.
I like that.
Yeah. But I appreciate the raid, everybody. Welcome to the stream. This is Hawktatoes. We are doing an interview. And so if you'd like to meet Hawktatoes, here is a link to go and check out Hawktatoes' channel.
So for as long as I've been playing this, and I'm not, I'm trash. But when I get into those final circle situations, very rarely is it 1v1. And very rarely am I the guy taking the kill shot at the end. So to do that, and to do that with a shotgun, which is what I'm good with, I'm really good with the shotties, felt really good. I was pretty pumped up.
Do you get that feeling of like the excitement and the sweat when you're getting down there? Yeah.
Oh yeah. If I hadn't been streaming, I would have jumped up and down on the floor and just been like, yes, yes,
right.
yes, but
it's a drug for sure.
It is. It's addictive. It's addictive.
All right. So our next clip here is from what I understand, according to some of your viewers, is your favorite game.
Oh shit. No, not my favorite.
Right.
Oh, I eliminated somebody.
Come get me. Come get me. Please hurry.
Oh god.
You got a kill.
I got a kill. So my first actual kill was with a sticky bomb.
Right.
And the guy jumped the fence and I threw it and I caught him, but he eliminated me before I eliminated him. And then when I got this one, I'm like, the aiming is so different because you can't aim down sights. You can't, everything's hip fire. And it's so different than PUBG. And for me to get that kill, I was like, holy shit, this guy's jumping around like a friggin' maniac. And here I am. I killed him. It was the high point of my Fortnite career. It's all been downhill from there. It's all been way downhill from there.
Well, we'll head back to PUBG for this next clip. Mag says, my favorite part was your friend says, come get me real quick, because you were sitting there content to loot your kill.
Yeah, I'm gonna loot.
You gotta, to this victor goes the spoils.
We're gone.
Oh God.
You guys already up? Love was when I loved you. One true time I'd hold you. Ready up. In my life will always go on. Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that the heart does go on.
Make it stop. Make it stop.
Oh my God. So this was an attempt to get everybody to get ready.
No. So
okay.
Here's what happened. Okay, so in my channel I have redeemed, and one of mine is redeem a song, and apparently I didn't have my gamble settings tight enough. And Johnny Renegade came in that night and decided to gamble. He gambled like 4 times in a row, doubled his money each time, and he got enough for a song. And I didn't specify a song of my choosing.
Right.
Because I can actually sing a little bit. But it's at a much lower octave. And,
right. You're definitely not a female singer.
No,
right?
I'm not Celine Dion.
Right, exactly.
So he picked this song, and I'm like, okay, I'll be a good sport and go along with it. Wait till we die. And we all died, and so I just went ahead and belted in the song, and I'm like, okay. First of all, the cost of that's going to go way up. I'll still do the redeem for that. But secondly, I'm hoping I'm solo at the time when I do that. I don't have to go, ready up. Drawing a song that you paid big taters for.
Right,
so.
Right. Though my producer says we do have to finish the clip. So.
Okay.
And you're here in my heart, and my heart will go on and on.
Yeah, there we go.
Thanks for finishing that clip. That big for the ego right there.
Right.
Oh yeah, make it go away though.
Right. Okay. This is Black Ops again?
Yeah, Black Ops Deathmatch, yep.
There was a 10 over 5. There we go. Aaron Cummings. What is up, you sexy trucker? Oh, it's me. I'm the guy. Watch this. This is me, chat. This is me. Hello, it's me, Hawktatoes. Boom, best play, chat. Boom. Hawktatoes, boom.
I made sure to get the branding in there.
Right.
No,
right.
I'm not used to being that guy who's the best play. I've gotten better at the game since then. Not much, but where I've had a couple best plays, but it's very rare. So when that happens, we celebrate that in Hawktato Nation.
I mean, what's the point of playing the games if you can't have fun and celebrate, right?
That's right. We're going to celebrate our victories, and we'll laugh at our defeats. We'll celebrate our victories.
All right.
I love this one.
Excellent.
This one makes me look competent.
It's a long shot. Keeps moving.
Knocked him.
Oh, good shot.
That is my all-time favorite. That's about 450 meters.
Right.
It's clear across town, and I'm sitting there going, I'm playing with one of the Australian boys. He's actually one of the first streamers I actually played with, Eduardo. And every time I have him on, it's always fun. And for me to do that while he was on stream was priceless. So yeah, I got lucky once. I liked it.
That was a very good shot.
Thank you. Makes me look like I know how to play a little bit.
All right. So this is obviously PUBG, but
You mean
looks like it's in loading.
the things they talk about? Well, it's better than talking shit about Mobius the whole time, because nobody really gives a fuck. It's Mobius.
Damn, what an animal. What a savage.
I still love Mobius.
Alright.
Even if he had Charlie Sheen disease, I would still love him the same. It's just very little. Very, very
Were you able to
little.
hear this one?
Yeah. Okay. So here, I'm gonna go back and set this up.
Okay.
So I know one of your questions to DOS was one of your craziest moments. This is during that whole crazy moment. We had started talking about urban legends, and I went in with a dingo stole my baby and passed that off as fact. That really happened. And then it got to somebody talked about rape, and I said, well, rape is never funny, and dingo rape affects 1 out of every 1 person who's been raped by a dingo. Which went on to AIDS. And I said, if you get dingo AIDS, and we're talking about AIDS, and somebody brought up Charlie Sheen, and I go, well, AIDS is no longer AIDS, now it's Charlie Sheen disease. And it came to, well, at least we're talking about other things. And I said, what I'm talking about, oh, you mean other than Mobius? Yeah, because fuck Mobius. And it all came to this point right here. So yes, Excellent. It was a and Mobius says, I love you.
Mobius says love-hate relationship.
Yes, I love to hate Mobius.
And Cordy Slayer says, oh my boys.
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
there's a motorcycle involved. Things are about to go wrong.
Oh my god, this is funny.
Let's just ride on it. Here we go, chat. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
What?
There it is, chat. That's appropriate. Boom.
There is never a clip with a motorcycle that doesn't involve something going terribly wrong.
Well, I can honestly say that I did that one on purpose.
Okay.
Drew Barris had just got on, and he's like, well, go ahead and play. I'm like, no, you're here. I'll just go ahead and die. And I was looking for a grenade, and I didn't have one. So I'm like, there's a motorcycle. I'll just get on.
Right.
And I said, so what the clip doesn't show is the 3 attempts before that to die on the motorcycle that I couldn't make it happen. So
motorcycle was just behaving for no reason.
Well, the clip right before the clip when I am on the back of the motorcycle is because I chased the motorcycle halfway, jump back on it after wrecking it the 2nd or 3rd time.
Okay.
So, comedy of errors. It's always fun, though. It's always. Oh god.
All right.
Oh god. This is.
Fuck.
This one needs a Benny Hill sound.
Anymore, I'm not.
Exactly.
Ooh.
If I'd have had a shotgun to start the thing with, I would have been okay.
Right.
But the guy had a Car 98, so he's got a sniper rifle, and he's hitting me close, and I'm like, okay, this isn't good. Right. So I'm just trying to move so he can't aim down sights at me, and it just ended up being yes, Benny Hill soundtrack would have been perfect for that clip right there.
All right. Let's see. We've got a game I'm not familiar with.
This is Zombies on Black Ops.
Okay. Gotcha.
Coco, I'm thinking a theme song where it's like a really driving beat, like on a guitar though would be awesome. And then just some, and then at the end just go Hawktatoes. You know, like a fart sound, and then Hawktatoes. Hawktatoes.
So that was me commissioning my new theme song that I'm hoping to have here in a couple weeks. I've actually played it on guitar already.
Right.
But I wanted something upbeat, driving in upbeat, and like we're serious, and then at the end, just shit show.
I mean, if in the interim, you've always got this sound clip you can use as a theme.
Exactly. Because it's just complete shit show. It's just complete shit show at that point. So
if a stream started for me and it was just all like, but on a guitar, but way better. That would definitely do it for me.
Oh, God. That's hilarious.
All right.
Go on, thinking.
We've got the zombies again.
Yeah, zombies, yeah. Okay.
I need another gun.
You play zombies already?
Arctic Chef? I bet he plays a little bit of everything. That dude's stone cold.
I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I didn't hear half of it, so it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I might actually be able to fix that here. Let me just gotta hit this button.
Just talking about Arctic Chef. I know Arctic Chef. Yeah, he's like esports quality guy in my stream watching me. I mean, I was probably pretty amazed. So
I need another gun.
You play zombies already?
Arctic Chef? I bet he plays a little bit of everything. That dude's stone cold.
Oh, he was in both of our streams and it blew his mind. He was like, oh my God, you're talking. So, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I've turned the sensitivity down on my Discord, so if you hear a weird tapping noise in the background behind me, that is my giant dog, and that's what he does. So
I have a giant dog too. So
excellent.
I have a mastiff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, your dog is way bigger than mine. It's gonna sound really funny, but I have a giant corgi.
Oh, I've seen giant corgis.
Yeah, yes. He's half border collie, half corgi, so he ended up being a 65-pound dire corgi.
Oh God!
Yeah. Okay. All right. Our next.
I need another gun.
Let's do this here real quick. We've got PUBG again. Excellent.
Oh, here we go.
How does it feel to be dead, motherfucker?
So, I'm a big fan of the movie Pulp Fiction.
Right.
And when he says, and I will bring down with whatever, fury and whatever, because I am the Lord. And he says, why do you say that? He goes, because I always thought it'd be cool to say something cold to a motherfucker after they're dead or before they're going to die.
Right.
So I just kind of took that in my own and I was like, how's it feel to be dead, motherfucker?
Right.
And then I started telling, and so people would be like, how's it feel to be dead, motherfucker? I'm like, no, you got to, motherfucker. You got to be motherfucker at the end. So yeah, I've done it a few times in my stream. I try not to do it too much, but yeah, we have fun.
All right. Looks like this is Black Ops.
Yeah, but I can't tell if it's zombies or, oh no, it's Blackout.
Blackout, gotcha.
I believe. No, it's a deathmatch. Oh, I know exactly what clip this is.
Oh, I got it, Clip that shit. Clip that shit.
I think somebody named that Tyson.
Tyson?
I was just like, fuck it. I know I've hit him a couple times. He's hit me a couple times. One of us is gonna die. We ended up both dying. I was like, the best satisfaction is to actually kill somebody with your bare hands in these games, I guess. So
right.
So yeah.
All right, another PUBG one, and
God.
I think this might be the last one, but we'll find out here really soon.
All right.
Bitch, sit down.
What's he doing?
He's shooting people. I'm good enough for that. We can't be friends. Ever. Shooting at people like that.
That's really good. Jess LC 143 says that's the favorite clip ever.
Yeah, that's got to be one of my favorites. When I was doing it, and you'll notice the sound quality's a lot different. Back then I was streaming console, so I had my microphone too close or too far away, and you can hear me wheeze a little bit. I have a deviated septum, so when I get excited, and I'm a big guy anyway, I heavily. And you can, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, how do we clip that shit out of there? Somebody's like, well, go get a mic, and you don't have to worry about that. Right. But no, I was just like, when I play solos and I get a kill, I get very excited. And that game, I walked into that compound and everything was open, and I'm like, well, fuck me, I need loot. Right. So I just went and looked for the guy. I found him downstairs. He ran upstairs after he'd shot at me a couple times.
Right.
I'm like, okay, so you want to go sit upstairs? That's fine. I'll throw a grenade and come up and get you. And the fact that he didn't kill me because I didn't even look for him, really. I just like, okay, he's to the left. Obviously, I didn't kill him. No, he's right there, just sitting on a couch.
Right. Just shooting everything but you.
Yeah, well, he hit me a couple times, but I was just like, sit down.
That tube, though. A lot of players, they underestimate the S686.
Oh yeah, I love the shotguns. Love the shotgun.
All right, looks like we have one more, and this one is Madden.
Yeah, it's Madden.
Excellent.
Just took it up in him a bunch of times. Nice pump, though, Dick. Nice pump. Roll, stop. Stop rolling. That's
the best punt I've ever had on Madden. But I had done this whole stream on Madden, and I'm very much within my element with football.
Right.
So like players, the coach that I set up, I was like, it looks like he's got herpes on his face, and just talking shit about all the players. Looks like he's got Vaseline all over him. Looks like he jerked off an elephant. I mean, on and on and on, and it kind of culminated to, I was downing my punter before the clip. I was talking shit about the punter, and this guy did this, and this and this and this, and then he punted it and got down the one. I was like, oh, good job, Dick. You know. So,
well, I mean,
a lot of fun.
As long as interacting with the game is, I mean, it's better when you can feel the game. You can have talks with it.
Right.
Otherwise, how are these NPCs gonna know what they're doing?
Exactly.
All right, I got a couple more questions for you.
Okay.
Here on my handy dandy notebook here. So I actually was still going to ask what the worst game you'd ever stream was.
Monopoly,
yeah.
Monopoly.
have you ever like considered trying it again, or is that like banned from stream?
I uninstalled it from my Xbox, to be honest with you.
Excellent.
I was like, fuck this shit. I'm not going through that again. That was hard. I was like 45 minutes into it. I'm like, okay, well, we're gonna figure out who to pass this raid off to. We're out of here.
Right.
And look, gone. And normally I've got, thanks for coming out. Good luck, God bless, whatever. Have your pets spayed or neutered, something to go out on. Right. I was like, nope, we're raiding.
Right.
We're done.
So
fuck this game.
If you could send a message to yourself 10 years ago, do you have anything that you would tell? I wouldn't necessarily say little Hawktatoes, but I mean younger Hawktato.
I would just say I was at a point at age 30 to age 40 where I took life way too seriously, and it was to my own detriment. And I wish I would have been in the mindset I am now, where fuck what other people think. And I think I'm kind of repeating some of what Doss James said in his.
If it's how you feel, it's how you feel, man.
But I feel the same way. Fuck what people think. Take care of you. Take care of those that you love. My wife, my family, my very people. I have a lot of acquaintances. I don't have a lot of friends. My friends are my family, and I'm down for them. I've made so many friends on Twitch now. People that I would consider friends, and I hope that it's a lifelong thing. But that you take care of you so you can take care of those people. And if you're not taking care of yourself mentally, physically, whatever, then how are you supposed to be a good person outside of you? And then I would also put in there that it's a marathon and not a sprint. All this time I've been thinking that I've got to make more money. I've got to do this. I've got to do this, instead of just breaking it down. It's like I tell Little Hawk about wrestling. How do you eat an elephant? And he goes, I don't know. It's one bite at a time. Take the bites, chew them up slowly, digest them, and enjoy life. It's not a sprint where you have to do everything now. Enjoy your life.
Just got an interesting tidbit of information here from the chat. Cordyslayer said that you introduced them and their fiance.
I did. He was my first subscriber.
Oop. We got a raid coming in.
Raid.
Yep. Witless Wonder, thank you very much for that raid. I appreciate the heck out of that. Here comes the tweets. There it is.
I don't know if that's worse than My Heart Will Go On by me, or it's got to be in the same vein. It's got to be. No offense.
No offense taken. The words I searched for when I was looking for that sound clip was shitty X-Files tune.
There you go.
And so
shitty Celine Dion impersonation. Go to Hawktatoes on Twitch. You've got it.
All right, so if you were the end boss of a video game, what would a player unlock if they defeated you?
They would unlock the potato of their choice. Whether it be a baked potato, a gratin. I mean, you want to get fancy with spiral cut, whatever. They're going to unlock the potato of their choice.
Just a potato of just like endless limits, but it's got to be a potato.
I mean, maybe because that'll keep you coming back because you've already got the spiral cut.
Right.
Now you need the au gratin. Now you need this. I mean, the end game changes. So every time, and maybe the last one's a potato. Who knows? Maybe.
Otherwise, you aren't going to get that potato achievement.
And then maybe at the very end, I come back and kill them and ask them how it feels to be dead, motherfucker. Something like that.
Motherfucker.
I gotta say it right, yeah.
Right. Well, no, I mean, you've got me on it now. I'm not gonna be able to. I'm not gonna be able to, not say, motherfucker without going motherfucker. All right. So the next two questions I've got here, we're gonna end on a little bit of a serious note.
Okay.
One is, do you have any favorite pro streamers, or are there any that inspire you in the way that you conduct your channel?
I would say, well, that's a to me, it's a two-part question. As far as the favorite professional I like to watch would be Shroud. I mean, I'm just amazed by how he does the things he does. His hand-eye coordination, his skill level, and the fact that he's just so nonchalant about it. I mean, he's just cool as the other side of the pillow.
Right.
I would say the streamer that inspires me, and I don't want to sound like I'm sucking his dick or anything, but Gaming for Platinums is a guy who I've come to for advice. He's a guy who's he's on another level as far as he's almost to that partner. I'm surprised he's not at partner. I'm hoping he's at partner soon, but he does so much for everybody else. And I know just in networking with other people, that's a lot to take on. And he takes it on and does that and does an excellent stream, but is always there for everybody else. And that's what inspires me to do what I do. I want to be there for other people. And not only for my benefit, but I'm a benefit for somebody else. And truly remember that, I got into this to make friends.
Right. That's a noble goal.
Yep. So, and the fact that he's got so many true friends is amazing to me. And yeah, that's where I'm at on it. So.
All right. And so this next one, this goes out to streamers who are thinking about getting ready to get started. But do you have any advice for someone who's getting started on Twitch, or hasn't found their audience, or is struggling to, go with the flow? Because, Twitch can be pretty lonely at the beginning.
I would say the first thing, and we streamed, Dosh Shame nailed this with the take a month and just watch other streamers and network with other streamers first, because it's not for everybody. I've seen so many streamers come and go just in my short 6 months. Everybody wants to get to be affiliate and everybody wants to help each other out, but then they get to affiliate and they think they've made it. And just remember, folks, it's just like I said about life. This is a marathon, not a sprint. I would say the best piece of advice, if I had to give one piece of advice, is learn how to network properly with other people. Since Twitch did away with communities, which was a shitty thing to do to the small streamer. So yeah, fuck Twitch. I'll say it. I don't care if it's against, whatever.
I don't believe it's against anything to be aggravated by a choice that they made. So
So fuck that decision, because it was horrible for the small people like us. And the people just coming in. Find a community, just one, and go into that community and don't ask for anything. Just go in and get to know people. It's like I've said in some of the advice I've given to people is, if I come to your house and say, hey, Plat Squad, let me in. Oh, now I followed you. Now follow me. Now do this for me. Now that I've done this for you, and so on. It's really not like that. It's very relational. It's very much getting to know people and getting to hang out with people and building those friendships, building a community, building people who've got your back, and in turn having their back. That's what it's all about. And at the end of the day, do I think I'm going to be a partner? Probably not. But if I am, great. I'm hoping to take a lot of people with me. If I'm not, I hope to see some of like G4P and Luminosity and so many other people that I think deserve to be there because they're there. But even, not everybody's in it for that. I make friends and to see other people grow. So And to sum it up, it's about you, but in reality, it's really not about. If you look at it like that. So.
Very well put. Very well put. All right, so I think that wraps up all the questions that I've got. Do you have anything you'd like to talk to the audience about? Say, pitch anything if you got any, like a event coming up, or you just want people to come check out your stream or anything like that?
No, it's funny. I threatened to do a charity stream once or twice, but I've never done it. So now I just, I think the biggest joy I get out of this is when small streamers come in and ask for advice and you can actually sit down and talk with them on that level. I think it's amazing. And if I don't know the answers, I want to get you pointed in the right direction. I would just say everybody just keep grinding. It's been fun, and I just look forward to doing more of it. And I appreciate you having me on the show.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was I enjoy doing this, so it's just as good for me, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you go. Everybody, definitely check this out here. I'm going to put your link in here one more time. If you aren't following Hawktatoes by now, you should be. There is the link to Hawk's channel. And then stick around for just a second because I'm going to talk to you. So we'll be back in like 2 minutes, everybody. Let me mute it here. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. I wanted to make sure I got a chance to say, a proper goodbye to Hawktatoes so that I didn't, just drop the call and let everybody know what's going on. So we're definitely going to go raiding. Mags, if you want to find somebody to raid specifically, I mean, I am totally into getting, advice here. But wanted to say something. This show has been fantastic, and the amount of people that showed up tonight has been super cool. I'm glad that people who didn't get to meet, or who didn't know any of these guys like Dashame or Hawktatoes, got to meet them. Make sure to go check out our guests and follow them. And it's the reason that we do this show. This is essentially the kind of networking that we're talking about. And I appreciate everybody who followed today. I appreciate all those raids. We're sitting at 19 hosts right now, which is something that is super amazing to me right now. So thanks Llama Boosh, Pretty Random Network, Infinity Break Gaming, Luke of the Woods, XG Blarg, Primo Trio, Chatta TV, Gemini's Realm, Jess LC, Andrew Wilson, Jay Wills, Underhaven, Top Shelfers, Inappropriate Bar Talk, Orange Dragon, Megana, Gamer Fuel Studios Live, Hawktatoes, and Witless Wonder. You guys are amazing. That having that going on right now is super cool. So we're gonna go get a raid, and I am going to take advantage of, while we're finding this raid right now, to say one thing, and this is gonna take advantage of the fact that we got some people talking right now, or people going on right now. My girlfriend is getting into streaming, and I think it would be I'm gonna give her a shout out because I've never really done this before, but if anyone is interested, follow Angry Cicada at on Twitch. she is going to be doing Overwatch streaming. She's really into it. She's having a blast doing it, but she's kind of shy. So I'm working on this side on giving her all the, you know, the happiness she needs for one side, you know, to get her to stream more often. But if anybody's interested in checking out a salty lady, she's definitely not definitely not PC, so she's not for everybody. But you know, I love her, so I figured maybe everybody else would be interested in checking her out. So let's see. We've got Telian of Platinum Squad. Let's do this. Let's get a raid going. All right, everybody. Once again, thank you guys for joining us. This has been Skeptalk Late, episode number 8, and we will be back very soon with episode 9 and 2 new featured streamers. So keep tuned to those dials. And let's go make Telian's night. All right, later, guys.